Good morning. Welcome to the Women in Leadership Body, Mind, Soul, and Business podcast. I'm Charlie.
And I'm Heather. And together we are working to connect women in leadership and business, improving the health and wellness of our community, body, mind, and soul, connecting the heart and soul of who we are and what we do. Today is Mindset Monday.
I love Mindset Monday. Okay, so Mindset Mondays is something that we love to do every week to really get our head in the game for the week ahead. And every week we have new topics. And this week's sutra topic of the week is Aparigraha or Non Hoarding.
I love that we both have a copy of
We
the
do.
book
We
now.
both have a copy of the book now.
Okay.
And you can find this wonderful book on our website at www.womeninleadershipbsmb. And I read the chapter every week on Sundays on our YouTube channel. So you can join in on the reading with us and get a little bit more information about each chapter each week.
I really enjoy it because it helps your brain to exercise it by learning new words and new concepts. So this keeps us fresh and growing all the time. And then by us talking about it every week, then we are also conscientious of what. Ooh, I said it. Of what we're doing, of what we're doing. And this week is no different. Our topic is Aparigraha.
Yeah.
Non-hoarding.
Non-hoarding. You feel a little called out?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This is definitely, I mean, I feel like my family was definitely generationally affected by the Depression. And I think a lot of us can feel that way. So a lot of us probably don't even know, that I know that I have hoarding tendencies. My grandma had a house full of stuff. And it wasn't as bad as the neighbors.
Right.
It wasn't nasty, but it was still too much stuff for us to have.
Now, this quote from David Thoreau, I think is really awesome. It is preoccupation with possessions more than anything else that prevents us from living freely and nobly. How preoccupied are we with our stuff? Because at the end of the day, if the whole house burned down and all you had was like your people and your like animals, you'd still be grateful, right? You could lose every physical thing that you have.
And it's happened, that thing has happened to families and communities, definitely.
Absolutely. A friend of mine's had to go rescue her daughter from her apartment complex in the middle of the night last week because the apartment caught fire. So luckily everybody.
Quick reminder, get your renter's insurance.
Yeah.
But
luckily everybody, including the fur babies, were safe. But these things happen and we need to prepare for them because the destruction of them is like long lasting. But at the end of the day, as long as you have the people, and I include our fur babies in that love us, we are still grateful.
Right. We can still find the gratitude and the moments to still be grateful for what we do have.
There were a few thoughts this week that I think really summed it up really nicely. The more stuff we have on the outside, the less time we have to go inside. Okay.
Also, too, when I feel like, it brought up the fear of not having things. And I was like, wow, I guess that was a little off topic, but
I think we maybe need to talk about that. If that came up for you, that's because a lot of us do have the fear of, well, what if I need it again?
Or what if I can't get it again?
Or keeping on a hold of your skinny jeans in the closet for 12 years because you might fit into them again. Honey, if you haven't fit into them again in 12 years, just get it. It's okay.
Because that's not bringing you any joy.
No, it's not. It is actually bringing you down every time you look at them.
How detrimental is that?
That's not good for your mindset either.
Yeah.
So,
and then when we clean things out, it's amazing how because this has been a struggle for me, and I've been working on it, and I keep working on it. And the more things I clean out, the better I feel. And the more things I clean out, the better things are coming into my life. So, being right in the middle and thick of that process.
Well, and when you really think about it, when you work with practicing non-hoarding, you are practicing non-attachment.
Right.
Because we are so emotionally attached to our stuff. Well, I have to hold on to that because so-and-so gave it to me.
Well, like my cup.
Yeah.
Like, okay. I finally got rid of the cup. Okay, you guys.
She had this coffee mug from Las Vegas, and the handle broke on the
trip. It hadn't even been used yet.
And here she was,
like, just holding on
a
to
year
this
later,
cup,
holding onto this cup that had a lot of drama memories associated with it.
But it still was like the cup I wanted. That I don't know. Like, I had to really think. Like, I don't need that.
It was because it was the one thing you got for yourself,
right,
while you were there.
But I don't need.
No.
I'm worth more than that.
You are.
Wow, that's really cool. That's very cool.
Now say that again. What you just said.
Well, I don't even know what I just said. I'm worth more. I am
than that.
Worth more than that. Yeah. You too. You say it too. I am worth more than that. Wow.
Yeah. And you don't have to hold on to stuff because of any reason, right?
Right. I like what B says. It's a made up rule. I love
made up rule. Who said?
Who said that?
This was, maybe this was grandma's blah 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 thingy. Well, you know what? If it's not serving you and your family, it's okay to let it go somewhere where it is being loved and used.
I try to find the family member that really loved or used that thing. Right now, I'm going to ask a different family member if they would like my key holder, because I don't need 5 million key holders, but it's made by my grandpa, so it's really cool, like family thing. I'm not going to just get rid of it, but I am going to not hold on to it. Like, I'm not the only one that can have a memory from it. So I feel like that's practicing the same, not hoarding it to myself.
And I mean, I've done that with my siblings. I got a few pieces of furniture from my grandparents when my grandma passed, and when it was time to, like, I don't have space for this right now. It's not something that we use. I just really don't have space for it. Would you like it at your place? And so we have actually moved furniture back and forth a few times between us kids with all of grandma's old furniture.
Right.
But I think that's okay. That is perfectly okay, because, hey, Milo's just, maybe Sissy doesn't have a couch right now and needs a couch for a little while, but doesn't want to keep it for too long because she's got kids. And doesn't want grandma's couch to get messed up by the kids. Well, my kids are older. So then, once she replaces said couch, then maybe it can come back to my house and be kept safe or whatever. But, just being able.
Really don't make the furniture like they used to.
No, they don't. This is not my grandma's couch, but it is actually really similar. But yeah, they don't make things like they used to. And then also, it's like the craftsmanship behind it. That's kind of cool. The hand carved
like
pieces
really
and bits
cool
and things like that.
Wood.
But you don't have to hold on to that stuff because somebody said you had to, because it was an heirloom item or something like that. Heirloom items should be items that are special to you.
Right.
If that item is passed to you from a family member, you don't necessarily have to hold on to it. If you're like, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. It's okay to pass it on to the next family member or whoever who will appreciate that thing. And I have been able to do that with a lot of stuff, because I am I don't know, I think I'm fairly minimalist at my house. I don't like stuff.
You like everything to be in its zone.
Yes.
in its spot. If it's not in its spot, where it goes, then it needs to go.
I may have OCD just a little bit. Just a little bit. But
I haven't gotten to that. Is that a secret?
no, I mean, but it's dealing with attachment, non-attachment, and hoarding and non-hoarding and things like that. And I grew up in that home where my mom would hold on to stuff because we didn't have anything when I was a kid. Like we were barely above dirt floor poor. And
Well, also too, your mom was always working, so there wasn't always the time to go through this stuff, right? Like,
well,
like,
I mean,
oh, this might be stuff I'm gonna save, and you just throw it all in a box. And
she holds on to things because somebody's gonna need it, right? And then she can pass it on. Well, Mom, I love you, but your house does not need to be full of stuff that somebody might need someday.
well,
It's
I
okay.
love to donate my stuff.
I do too.
So, I live in a community where I can bless people that come in from homelessness with things. So, like, there's, I generally will pick up stuff from people and repurpose it to people that could use it. And I think I'm kind of moving past that point. Like, it's been a way of serving my community.
It's like you Marie Kondo it. You're like, thank you, thing, for serving me. And now you're going to your next home to serve somewhere else. Which goes to the next thought. Whenever I give to others, I receive on a deeper, subtler level.
Yeah.
There was another quote that we had this week. I think it's one of our posts that about
oh yeah, there's some good quotes this week.
Yeah, there's some really good quotes this
week. We were like, oh, we're calling Charlie, stop calling me out. Okay, this week was hard because it is something that I struggle with, and it's something that, I don't want to be the old lady with all the stuff. Like, I could see it going into the nasty zone if I don't address the mental health part of it as I go. Like,
yeah, and then one of the other things that I do, even before I buy something, if it's something that I need and I'm going to use, awesome. Also, if it's something that I just like or whatever, how much is its value in awesomeness?
Right.
Like, is that really $25 worth of awesome?
Did I screech with joy when I picked it up? Or no, I'm just like using this to fill a void.
Right. And I think if you look at material things as, is this something that I really need and am going to use? And is it worth my valuable time and effort? Like, how many hours did you have to work to earn that? How much time did you have to work in order to earn the money to pay for that? And is it really worth that much awesome?
Right.
Okay, because we are worth so much awesome.
We are worth awesome.
We are worth so much awesome. But we've got along with the non-hoarding, we have got some really great spring health treats.
I like this because this week's mindset topic is eating brain boosting fruits and vegetables. And the quote is, eat food, not too much, mostly plants, by Michael Pollan. So, foods like berries, blackberries, strawberries, black currants are among some of the best superfoods. Like, so they have like high levels of antioxidants, which we've broken down antioxidants, what those are. So we have to go way back. We've talked about that, including vitamin C, flavonoids, which we've talked about before too, which that's kind of cool. We've built some of our other languages too of how we can talk about these things. So these are really great parts, foods and nutrients that help relieve oxidative stress. And oxidative stress is the stress that our body goes through just from breathing. Just like when the cells do the things that they're supposed to do, there's a waste byproduct. I kind of think of it like when you're on the computer and your copy files from here and your copy files over there, and you have to go defrag your computer. It's kind of like that. yeah, like that's what the oxidative stress is like the need to be defragged.
Mhm.
So you got to clean all that stuff out, right? So you need things that are going to do that for you. Um, some of the other good things are dark leafy greens, including spinach and kale, as long as you can digest them.
Right.
That was really hard for me for a while, so I totally dig that. Um,
And some things you have to prepare in a different way than you normally would in order to make them digestible
mhm.
too. Like if you have a sensitive stomach, like I have diverticulitis, and so I have to make sure I chew really well, but I also chop my salad really like
Really fine, so yeah,
to help.
and less nuts to get stuck in the little folds in your tummy.
Yep.
Like understanding what your digestive issue is. Is it absorption? Is it digesting like big particles? Like I couldn't even eat beans for a while because of the skins of beans, like,
Okay.
and I didn't know that the food I was eating was creating so much more pain for me.
Mhm.
So that was a game changer in my pain life, is learning what foods were doing.
And everybody's body reacts to foods differently. So also noticing which foods create inflammation within your body and not takes a lot of time and things to to manage. Like, are you eating the things that make you bloated? Because, and it could be something perfectly healthy for normal people, but your body does not process
I
it
had
the
a
same
friend
way.
that was allergic to bananas,
Didn't know it.
didn't know it. And so she'd have a banana like, a couple days a week and felt like crap all the time. And then the doctor's like, you're allergic to bananas. And she took bananas at it and felt so much better. Like you
Mhm.
just don't know. Or it could be like maltodextrin can create inflammation. So if you're eating a lot of processed foods and not even realize that there's maltodextrin in it,
Mhm.
and you're sensitive to it,
Mhm.
like I think that in my opinion, it's not so much like that you completely take everything out, but I've been on a completely
Food elimination diet.
elimination diet. I've done the fasting, I've done the things to find out what my body reacts to, and it's time to do some of that again
Same.
because I'm on a totally different digestive system and muscles and things
All
now.
the cells in our body um, renew themselves over what, 7 years?
Oh yeah.
So every 7 years, your body changes anyway, like the actual chemistry of your body. So it's really fun to figure out all the new fun things that your body likes to do, especially as you get older. You're like, oh, well, that's new and different. I'm not sure I like that. you know?
I was reading something, even drinking bottled filtered water, as opposed to like getting it filtered, fresh filtered. Like the bottled filtered water still has like bits of chemicals that cause gut flora issues.
Right. And the plastic itself
It's
is
from the
not good for you.
plastic, right? Like I was like, what? I was like, I have some friends that are super duper sensitive to things like that.
Right.
Like,
And
dang.
if you use a disposable kinds of water bottles and stuff, as it starts getting warmer, don't leave your water bottles in the car
Oh yeah, that's a
because
good
it'll
tip.
help break down the plastic and then you get more of that into your system. And you don't want that. And that's why our bottles get soft in the heat because it's actually breaking down the bottles.
So if
And
you,
don't reuse the disposable ones either.
that's not good for you.
It's not good for you. So maybe just don't use the disposable ones, period.
Glass jars are nice.
Stainless steel is better than,
Stainless steel.
they
They make some really cool, nice covers for glass bottles now that are
more silicone.
silicone, so you don't drop them as easy. Um, so some ways to just remind yourself to get berries, like thinking about, can I get, throw some berries in,
Eat the food rainbow.
eat the food rainbow, right? Um, you can put, making sure your salad has a versatile colors that it, getting those dark veggies in there too. Like,
I heard some people do like no meat days. I'm a carnivore, so I usually have some kind of protein in my
There
stuff.
is a book called The Happy Herbivore,
Mhm.
and it has some of the best recipes for using veggies. And especially with your garden you've got growing, like,
I
can
need
you
to
imagine?
use all those veggies. Yes.
I used to make this vegetable lasagna that was like one layer was like mushrooms and onions, and then another layer is I don't know, peppers, and I don't know. I made all these layers, and then just like lasagna with layer, that's what it's about, layer, the layer and the sauce and stuff with different layers, and then putting mashed sweet potatoes on the top, and it just like, oh my gosh, it's so good. My
That
mouth
sounds
is actually really watering about it, but I'm pretty sure that was from that Happy Herbivore book. Every recipe we tried from that, I at one point went vegan, and I made my family go vegan for a month because they had to support me. So,
Because we do that.
because we do that. So I let them have meat after that. But it was we were vegan. I was vegan for until I was trying to get so much protein that I was eating too much processed protein. And I was like, that's the exact opposite of why we went
Yeah.
vegan. I was like, what is happening? So once you put those correlations together, you're like, okay, well, that's not the plan. So
Well, one of my favorite lunches is like a big salad with like little bits of shredded chicken, turkey, tuna, whatever. And some light salad dressing. And that's
yeah, with
it's
the
an
veggies
entire
and
meal.
yum yum.
And it really fills me up and makes me feel really good. And it gives me the energy that my body needs in a way that it needs it more so than, peanut butter and jelly sandwich or something else that I,
Just kind of empty carby.
right.
It's the protein and the veggies and
Mhm.
getting a bread. One of the tips I got from Christy Code Red was to just add a vegetable to every meal.
Mhm.
Don't take anything away from what you're doing, but just start adding more vegetables
Mhm.
and start with what you like, and trying new things.
Mhm. And not all vegetables are created equal. Um, I'm kind of picky about my carrots. Um, they have to
We got
be
some
the
good
right
carrots
amount of
last
crud.
week.
We did get some really good carrots last week, and I think I ate them all. Um,
I have
there
a
might
few
still
in
be
the
a few left,
fridge.
but
They're really good.
they're really good. So also pay attention to how your produce is grown. Okay, because one, you want to make sure you wash your produce really well. And then two, the more
We've talked about
organic you can get, the better.
chemicals on our clothes and chemicals. So the same with produce. It's going to have chemicals on the outside of its clothes, right? Like the
Mhm.
skin or whatever. So you want to wash that off just like you would your clothes, right?
Mhm.
And then peeling or whatever, think about, are there ways to incorporate the skin nutrients into your thing, or will I eat it better if I take this off? Like, it's okay to think about it. At least you're eating
Right? More fruits and veggies.
more fruits and veggies.
More fruits and
Basically,
veggies.
just
all the
add
time.
them in, especially this time of year. We're starting to get really good
Let's get our
produce.
summer body going.
Oh yeah.
Right? I could really use some extra fruits and veggies right now. Yeah, I've got my hibernation pouch going on.
Do you feel like you do? I don't feel like you do at all.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I do. I know I have not necessarily been eating super great lately because of all the other stress and stuff on. Anybody else stress eat besides me?
I love it because
Chocolate
we
is
feel
my
like
favorite.
crap, and so we eat like crap, and then we feel more like crap, so we eat more crap, and it's this vicious cycle. So
Right.
this is a great opportunity to refocus on what we're doing and
Mhm.
how we can make ourselves feel better and help our brains as we move
And
into.
it is just about halfway through the year. So it's like mindset reset, you know. What were your goals at the beginning of the year? How are you progressing toward those? Let's look at those again, reevaluate. Maybe they've changed and
Right.
continue to move forward. But often.
Probably
Beginning of
not
the year,
as
we
much
all
as
have.
the year 2020 did, but
Right.
sometimes, I mean, I think every week in 2020 and my goals changed. But now, like, it's a little better, like, but still life's,
Yeah,
right?
I don't think there was a whole lot of people that put their own self-image as a priority these last couple of years.
Right.
Let's be honest, we've been living in pajamas, comfy
clothes.
clothes, not really leaving our house, messy buns,
Yeah.
and that has been the norm. And I think it's now time for us to really start taking care of ourselves again. I've fallen away from that myself. And
Hey, we've been trying to get haircuts for 2 weeks.
true,
Life happens,
life
right?
happens, right?
Yeah.
And I totally get that, but reminding to get back on track,
Right.
and that you guys can also, do it too.
Yeah. That's what's exciting.
You fall
We all
off, you
have-
get back on. You fall off, you get back on.
Every day is the option to make the choice,
Mhm.
to decide to how you want to be.
Mhm.
And just taking 5 minutes for yourself to make a choice for you is how you start the process.
Yep. And guess what? If you fail today, that's okay. You'll do better tomorrow.
Yeah.
No big deal.
It's called awareness.
Right. Don't beat yourself up about it, but know that you can do better tomorrow.
I love it. It reminds me of that quote from Anna Green Gables. Tomorrow is a new day with no mistakes.
I love it. I love Anna Green Gables for so many reasons.
So many
Just
reasons.
so many good books. And the new Anne with Me series on Netflix is really good.
That's really good too.
I'm sad that they're not doing it
Anymore. I know it's a thing. So if you are out and about and you have been non-hoarding and you have all these little things left over from pets that have grown big, yeah, that are in between sizes, so you try something and it doesn't fit, or you
Maybe
have,
they've gained some weight.
or they lost
Or
weight.
they lost
I
weight.
mean, all the things are happening.
Mhm.
We have, goals for the fur babies too, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, they like to go for walks, and maybe they needed a new leash.
She got really excited when you said that February.
I know she wants to go out. We'll have to
Mhm.
take her soon.
Yeah.
But you can donate them to the Boogie Bin,
Absolutely.
and they have locations all over Snohomish County and up in Skagit now.
One of their newest locations, she just had her grand opening this last weekend.
Yeah.
Flora and Fauna, right downtown Stanwood. Beautiful little plant shop. If you love growing indoor plants, her little shop is so cute and it's so amazing.
You
And
got
it's
two
right next to the
beautiful
Stanwood.
plants.
I did.
And there's a crafty take and make space, isn't there?
Yeah, I think they are doing
You know,
bouquets right now. But
We are gonna go on site in July,
we are.
and we're gonna go there and show you. how
And
awesome
she's
it
one of
is.
our guests on the podcast in June. So
Yeah. So
really excited to bring
more
more fun women into our community.
into the table, onto the table.
Mhm.
No, at the table.
At the table.
At the table, because it's a little
Just-
weird to be in the table.
Just like all of you. Thank you all
I'm
for-
going to put you in the table.
That's a
not
little
what we're
creepy.
going. Yeah, that's not what we're going for. Okay.
This
So-
week, your encouragement is to practice non-hoarding for that spring cleaning and to eat more fruits and veggies. That is your challenge this week, as well as mine.
And mine. Yeah.
And just get out there, enjoy some sunshine, and have some fun. Thank you for joining us at the table. We love you.
Namaste.
Namaste.